Welcome to Gomer Games Tips. This is Gomer. We are going to go over some bus routes today, and that's one of the main mass transit systems used in Cities Skylines, and it was with the game from the very beginning. And click on this. Now these are DLCs, and some of these are workshop items. I'll go over those in a minute, but you start with this vanilla bus depot, and you have to place a depot before you can set up any bus lanes or bus routes. I interchange those words, so I apologize, but bus lanes are what they're called in the game, but I call them bus routes sometimes. But you have to lay this depot down, and as you can see, the bus lane creator construction, bus lane construction icon here is not lit up, so you can't use it. But as soon as you place the depot here, it lights up. So now you can create bus lanes. Now, what I typically do in my cities, there's no wrong or right way to do this, and every city is unique depending on how your roads are laid out, how the city develops. But what I typically do is I take a look at the traffic. And once it starts getting to the low 80s into the 70s, you probably need to add a couple bus routes connecting your residential areas to your commercial areas to your industry areas. So that way people get off, they get off the road with the cars, and they start using the buses, and it alleviates some of that traffic congestion, traffic problems. So, but to create a route's really pretty simple, and mouse got stuck there. There we go. All you do is click on the transport icon, go to buses, and click on the bus line. And once you have your depot set up, you can create a bus line, and really on any street you can start it from. And I'm going to go ahead just for to make it simple. I'm going to go ahead and start it right here, just so when I run the video here in a minute, you'll see the buses stopping. But say you just left click on that, create a stop. I'm going to go down and create another one right here, and maybe go through the roundabout, and then we'll create another one. Yeah, right here. Yeah, that works, because we've got a street here of commercial. So we'll go down and create a residential stop here, and then maybe a, let's see, that's not a main road. Yeah, we'll create another residential stop right here. Now, once you have your route set up, what I typically do is just loop it back, basically across the street. So you have a stop here, and then you have another stop here. Well, this guy just let off the bus there, so I go ahead and just loop it back around and put it right across the street from all the other stops. Again, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. That's just how I do it. So these stops basically just mirror each other. And then, yeah, the last stop, you just click on the same, where the starting point, and it says complete a route, and you're good to go there. So there's the bus lane. Covers some residential areas, covers some commercial areas, and obviously loops through the industrial. So people can live here and get on the bus and run to the commercial, and then when they're done, they can get right on this other stop and head right back. Or they live here and work over here, they can take it all the way over here, and then they can either ride it all the way home, or they can get off and do some shopping or anything after work, or something to that effect. It's typically how I run it. A few things here. The way the Well, let me just run it, and then you can see the way the buses come out and head to the stops. You can see the stops kind of modify the road. They do a little cutout there. But I'll run this so you can take a look at it. All right. Buses do start coming out of the depot, and this one here is at the first stop. And I mean, it would take a few rounds to get people, but you can actually see how many passengers are running the routes and that type of thing. Now, if you're able to get mass transit, which I would recommend, that is one of my favorite DLCs. Um, you are able to get the biofuel bus depot, which is you run biofuel buses that are a little quieter. I don't know if they have a. I'm not sure if they have a higher capacity or not. If anybody knows for sure on that, because I really don't use them in the city very much. But if anybody knows, put that in the comment. Um, but they run biofuel buses. It work exactly the same way. You put the depot down, and then there's another bus route that shows up, and they run that way. If you get the after dark, there's a bus station that it's an inner city bus station. Well, it's not an inner city bus station like this. It's a bus station for your city routes only, your city lanes only. So only buses from inside your city will station. So I guess it'd be a local bus station. I guess is the best way to say it. Local bus station. So you place it typically like downtown, major cities. They have one downtown where multiple bus routes, multiple bus lanes all merge at this station. So if this person was wanting to go to see this person over here, they would take your route to the bus station, get on another route to head over this direction. Or sometimes, just depending on how big your city is, you have a residential area here and an industrial area way over here. You know, maybe there's not a route that goes straight to that industrial area for one reason or another, but there's one that goes to the bus station from both areas. So they would take the bus to the station and then switch lines and get on the other line and head to work. And they do that. You can track them doing that. They do take care of that. Okay, now get to the intercity bus stations. Um, these are bus stations that you place in your city that will bring buses from outside of your city. Best way to remember that here in the United States, we have interstates. So the interstates travel from one state to another. The interbus stations and interbus terminal have buses that come from outside your city. Now you can also place both local routes or local lanes onto those this bus station and this terminal, but they will bring in tourists. And at the beginning of the game, when you first get this, it brings in residents. And then once you get your tourism and your unusual buildings and leisure build up, if you have after dark, it will bring in tourists. And then there's a few of these. I think all of these are. Yeah, these are all workshop. You can download if you're a computer player, if you're a PC player, you can download these. This is network extension 2 that provides you multiple bus lanes and roads that buses can use. And then there is a couple of them here that come with After Dark that have bus lanes only. And I'll be honest, in real life, I've only seen these types of roads before, where there are 2 and 3 lane roads with bus lanes designated. I've never seen like a dedicated bus lane. a road that's just a bus lane by itself. I've never seen that. They may exist. I've just never seen one. But that's it for the buses. I can't think of anything else. That it's the first mass transit system that you probably should set up in your city, and I would set it up. There's multiple ways you can do it. You can do them in straight lines. You can do them in spokes. Uh, Coming out, depending on how your city, if your cities have diagonal roads, you can set them up in a spoke system. You can set it up in a circular where they just run in circles, and then the circles meet. They're more squares, but the squares meet at one particular stop in an area, and then people can switch from one bus lane to another. There's a whole bunch of things you can do with these. Just even in the vanilla, you can do a bunch of things with these buses. And this is the first mass transit that you have available. There is trains. We're going to go over that here. Actually, it's probably in the next video. We'll go over the train system. But the buses are a lot more flexible and are a lot more user-friendly for the city. This is Gomer with Gomer Games. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. If you have any comments, suggestions, feel free to leave that in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for your time.